through the first 3 practices?
Well, we've had some good back and forth. I think, the competitive margins are tightening, which is a good sign. So every inch is harder to attain, but you got good back and forth, and so I think that's a good start. We'll look at this film, and we had some live situations today, so there'll be some good tackling stuff that shows up. But on the whole, I think we're on course, and set up to have a great week next week, and obviously enjoy some time away.
What have you seen from AJ and then other quarterbacks?
Well, they've all done a good job. I think we've allowed some of those guys to go live today in contact situations. That's something we're doing just to give them opportunities to play the game. Obviously, AJ, with the injury history there, we want to be smart, but I know the Qs are excited to be playing football and to have the chance to feel the pocket compress. And for the guys that haven't yet played, there'll be a lot of learning through that. But I thought, I saw some good things out of all of them, and we'll keep that competition going. So,
y'all relatively healthy this spring? Any new injuries?
Nothing new. Jake Ketchick, nothing new today. Jake Ketchick is out, lower body, and still kind of getting to know the severity of that, but he may be out for an extended time.
Okay.
We've moved Kibo Wesley back over to the O-line, and had a couple soft tissue issues today. I think that's normal, but also something that we have to take control over and be better with. But on the whole, we're doing well.
How are Bradley Mann and Miles Capers progressing?
Very well. Both are running. Both are on their way back. Miles will be a little bit ahead of Bradley just by nature of when the injury occurred, but I would imagine that we will probably see Miles doing some on-field work, individual work before the end of spring, setting the course to be kind of full go this summer. Bradley probably gets a little more full go in the summer. He'll be available for fall camp.
Some of the younger players, maybe some of the freshmen last year who didn't see much time, how are they progressing?
Very well. I mean, I guess we're 3 practices in, 1 in pad, so there's a lot to be defined. But I think it's fun to see Jeff Ugo. It's fun to see Trudell Berry. Davion Walker has made some plays here early. Gamarion Carter, who did play for us last year. But just to see these guys continuing their development. One thing we learned last year with the emergence of Quincy and at times Gamarion is, these guys need time to grow, but if we keep building into them and keep pulling it out of them every day, they're going to get there. We feel like we have a young, talented team that, through continued investment and development, that we feel like we can be pretty competitive when it comes time to the fall.
With the injuries to Ketchuk and then Ben Cox, how do you feel about the offensive line depth right now?
I feel good. I mean, obviously we'd love to have those guys, and Ben played a lot of football for us here, and sad to see him go, but also support that and feel like it's the right thing. Ketch I thought had a great offseason. I'm really bummed for him to be out right now, but I think Coach Blazik's done a great job. I think that group has done a great job building identity, and it's a next man up mentality, and I think they're in good shape. So we'll have some development to do with some of those young guys that are in that room, but that's what spring's for, and we'll be able to be prepared for the fall to have probably 8 or 9 guys ready to be out there playing for us.
David, Coach Cutcliffe hanging out with the guys this week?
Yeah, he was here yesterday, and obviously he's become a great partner to all of us in the SEC as coaches, but I think particularly for me, he, being that he's had his experience at Duke, he understands what it's like to build an elite football program at an elite institution, and he's such a great resource for me, but also I appreciate the time spent with our team too. It's a neat thing to have a coaching legend like that come out and share some wisdom with them, so we appreciate that.
You pretty much got an NFL All-Star team out here too, with all these alums showing up. That's got to be big for the guys to see, right?
Yeah, it is. And I think just like today, we had a great crowd of people here, and it's people taking interest in our program. And it's an indication of how far we're coming, and that doesn't mean, again, we're not guaranteeing anything. There's still so much more ground to cover, but it's fun to see people taking an interest in what we're doing and seeing the signs of progress. we look forward to more of that. Hopefully at some point we'll have to put some stands out here and really set up for some attendance.
What does it mean for y'all seeing how well Anthony Orji performed at the Combine?
It means the world, both, I think, first of all, personally for Anthony to see him capitalize on such a big moment, knowing that he prepared himself here for that, and so many conversations this off season. I mean, he had so many decisions to make, and ultimately, we were behind him all the way as he chose to bet on himself and go pursue that pro career. We want this to be a great training ground for NFL players. That's my job, is to set the course for them to have success. To see him go out on a huge day in his life and his career and to crush it like he did, just overjoyed. I had fun watching him run with our team. I had fun. My wife sent me pictures of my kids or videos of my kids watching him at home, cheering for him. And that's a testament to who he is as a man, that he took the time to invest in them and they built relationships. And they were sharing in his success too. So we're excited for Anthony. We love him. We're behind him, and gearing up for draft day. And then that's a beginning. He'll have a lot of work to do after that, but certainly set himself on a great course.